All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank you all so much for coming over. Now look, got this video here that says Diddy's daughter cry after Diddy's is exposed in court. You know, we were talking about how they shouldn't have been there in the first place. I know family go to court to show support, but this case is just so wild and crazy, and these girls are so young. You know, I know it got to be difficult for them. You know, they just graduated and all that stuff, had their prom and all that. So it's like, when you think about them moving forward into the future, how this is going to affect their lives, man, this is bad. And in my mind, I'm saying like, like he didn't think about that, you know, what effect this was going to have. I don't know. I'm going to try to keep everything that's said in this video in. If it gets too crazy, I'll have to trim things out. Just letting y'all know, we ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Diddy's daughters are going through the worst time of their lives right now, and it doesn't look like things are going to get better for them. They have been stuck in a nightmare since Cassie's lawsuit set the ball rolling, and it has only gotten worse since then. But things recently got worse when a new Jane Doe sued Diddy for SA, and she got really graphic. She went into great detail about Diddy's privates, which is the sort of thing that nobody wants to hear about their father, especially when you're a teenage girl. Things have been getting worse and worse, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier. So how exactly are the girls dealing with this? And did Diddy really throw freak-offs when the girls were in the house? Let's break this down. Okay, so according to multiple reports, the girls have been having a hard time in court since the trial started. He has 7 kids, and all of them, except Baby Love, have been constantly showing up in court to support him. Given how graphic the details of the trial is, it's kind of weird that he will want his kids there, especially the girls. But fans are speculating that Diddy and his team want them there because it makes him look good. He's trying to portray himself as a good father, which is common in trials. I mean, we saw Tory Lanez give his son a piggyback.
Him. Just think about himself. I do believe that, you know, because they're in high school, now they graduated. I don't know if they're going to college or whatever. It is going to be extremely difficult.
To court, and Rihanna took her and A$AP Rocky's kids to court during his trial. It kind of makes the jury feel bad for Diddy seeing his kids, which might help his case. But given the violent and graphic nature of the trial, we have to wonder if the daughters might have benefited from sitting the trial out. Right. I know that their father is on trial for being a really bad guy, but that has nothing to do with the daughters. They've had to sit through Cassie describing some of the horrible things that Diddy did to her, from putting his paws on her to having...
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to show that. The part where they talked about the girls, when they said it was a video or something of Kim Porter that showed up, and they like gasped, like, oh, that right there had to be just, yeah, I know that had to be tough, man. I'm sorry, gotta forward through that part.
And face their peers. But wait, it gets worse. Diddy just got sued again by yet another Jane Doe, and this time Jane went into deep detail about Diddy's privates. According to TMZ, the Bad Boy Records founder is being sued by a Jane Doe who claims they met in May 2001. She says they hung out a few times without incident at his Manhattan recording studio, nightclubs, and a restaurant, but things went south in July 2001 on their 4th meeting. Get worse, it can't.
Wow. Okay. So they said that whatever happened, the whole situation with the woman accusing Diddy of doing things to her, of SA, that when Diddy whipped it out, she felt, I don't even know how to say it, basically saying it was small, itty bitty, so she was relieved. She was relieved because of the size. And I'm just saying, if your daughter's in court hearing this stuff.
Reports went on to say that she claims after a night out at the club, Diddy took her back to his apartment, leading her to his bedroom.
All right.
Girl, this lawsuit has the internet in shambles because Jane Doe did not come to play. In addition to her lawsuit, she also managed to humiliate Diddy, which was a 2-for-1 deal. The lawsuit also had several pieces of the puzzles falling into place. For example, fans put 2 and 2 together and speculated that the reason Diddy forced Cassie to hire escorts is that he could not get it up, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
If he really has a Tootsie Roll down there, then it means that he did not meet the standards of the freak-offs that he set. You know, him demanding that the escorts have big black you-know-what. And what's more, his former bodyguard Gene Deal also said this a while ago. In an interview, he claimed that the escorts were for Diddy's pleasure and not Cassie's.
And she say that, in this lawsuit that, Diddy, he enjoyed watching her get smashed.
What's more, there's this blind item that's floating about, claiming that the reason Diddy and Sienna Miller broke up back in the day was that she hated how badly he treated women, and that he allegedly used so many substances that he could not get it up in the bedroom. The blind item said, "Revenge. One of the people that has been helping the government fill in the blanks in the case against the producer and wannabe rapper is someone who has wanted to get back at him for decades. She never wanted to go out with him because she had seen him at parties and saw how he treated women. She was around the scene very much during the time period mentioned in many of the lawsuits. One day she broke down and agreed to go on a date with him. She was also A-list at that point, and there was nothing he could do for her career and nothing he could do to harm it either. She wasn't in the music business. They go out a couple times, and one of the times they ended up in bed." Cheers. Now, Diddy's daughters publicly supported him a while ago when they released a statement that said, "We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Additionally, please understand that any so-called friend speaking on behalf of our mom or her family is not a friend, nor do they have her best interest."
Do you guys think that they wrote that? Like, come on, man. They too young to even understand what is going on. And this with them writing this, that's probably why they gasped in court when they saw footage of her. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Of Kim Porter. Come on. They didn't write this.
At heart. They continue, "Our lives were shattered when we lost our mother. She was our world, and nothing has been the same since she passed. While it has been incredibly difficult to reconcile how she could be taken from us too soon, the cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play. Grief is a lifelong process, and we ask that everyone respect our request for peace as we continue to cope with her loss every day. We are deeply saddened that the world has made a spectacle of what has been the most tragic event of our lives. Our mother should be remembered for the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she was. Her memory should not be tainted by horrific conspiracy theories. It was easy to support him when it was just rumors and civil lawsuits, but now that the case is in federal court, it's hard for them to defend their dad, which explains why the girls left the court in tears. It's a sad situation for the kids to be in, but drop your thoughts in the comments and then check out this next video."
Yeah, man. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. Again, we get it. You want to have family support, but if I'm in the jury, I'm just like, I'm looking like, hearing all this stuff, I'm like, these kids shouldn't be here at all. But they have how can I say this? They're going to have a hell of a future. Like, I'm just thinking, like, whatever happens with this case, because I don't know what they want to do. I don't know if they want to get into, I don't know if they sing, if they dance, if they model. I don't know what they do, if they act. I don't know. But I'm just saying, are you going to want to be dealing with them knowing what they daddy did? Like that his Diddy messed up, people having chances to get brand deals and all that. I'm talking about the daughters. We'll see what happens though. But I just hearing all this, and when you think about them girls, man, like, I know it's tough when you see that, like, your mom, this would happen, and your dad was probably the one who did it allegedly. And it's like, I know he had sat down with them and probably gave them a long talk, like, look, all of this is lies. They're going to be saying this, they're going to be saying that. But then when you start to see people like I'll Be Sure speak out, I'm just wondering if the girls are like, well, wait a minute. Like, what does Quincy say to that, you know? I know they got to question it. And when they seen the video, like, what was their reaction when they seen the video of what he did to Cassie? So it's a lot more that's going to come out. I apologize for having to skip through some of this because, like I said, certain words cannot be repeated. But hey, I appreciate you guys coming over and watching. I don't know what's going to happen this week, but I don't think that these girls should be attending the trial at all anymore. All right, peace out.